We set up our desk in a wind tunnel today. It's probably windier here than it is anywhere else, but weather's cooperating, really clear skies, no rain today, still well within our limits for booster launch or catch. Not tracking any issues on vehicle as we continue to count down. We're still loading prop on board. Our range team also reporting that the range looks like it will be clear at our current T0. So that's super important. We're going to keep an eye on that all the way up to the end.
As for what we've already done with the vehicle leading up to today, we stacked the vehicle over the weekend. We lifted the ship on top of the super heavy booster. Hours ago, we cleared the site of all personnel. And of course, our flight controllers came on console, some of them sitting in the building behind Dan and I. And as Dan mentioned, the range team was deployed. They are standing by in the Gulf to make sure that the booster has a clear to return back to here at the launch tower, but also they are located in the Indian Ocean, standing by to make sure that the targeted landing zone for the ship is also clear as well.
And then we knock out a whole bunch of things in the hours before launch. We do an alignment on all the guidance, navigation, and control. We did tank purges, pressure checkouts, make sure we were ready for prop load, check the booster, quick disconnects, and the ship one. We demate the chopsticks. We actually do a little wiggle check on them, make sure we have control, as we're going to be using those for catch. Load up all of the hydraulics that are on the tower, and then we did the initial locks and methane chills, getting them ready for prop load.
Now, speaking of prop load, we conducted the go, no-go poll for prop load at 3:30, so a little bit less than an hour ago. All was good there. Prop load is underway. The LOX load on the booster started at T-minus 45 minutes, and fuel started at T-minus 43 minutes. Booster fuel will start at T-minus 41 minutes, and then LOX on the booster started at T-minus 35. So that will all wrap up at T-minus 3 minutes and 20 minutes on the ship side, and at T-minus 2 minutes and 50 seconds on the booster side. So everything is looking good. Propellant is loading.
Yeah, looks like we're about half full of everything on booster, 3/4 of the way there on ship, looking good for a launch today. With that, though, let's jump over. Let's check back in with Jesse real quick and all of our teams out at Hawthorne.
Thanks, Dan and Kate, and great to hear the updates with the vehicle as we prepare for liftoff. There is a lot more people here, as expected. Love it. All the Raptor engines are built here, so there's a lot of that team here in the crowd, so they have a strong connection to the Starship flight today. Every flight test gets us closer to a fully operational Starship, which gets us closer to our ultimate goal to make humanity a multiplanetary species. To establish cities on Mars, we're going to need high-cadence, low-cost flights for cargo and crew. As the only fully reusable rocket with this kind of capability, Starship is the only vehicle in development that will be able to unlock our multi-planet future. Starship uses a first-of-its-kind on-orbit propellant transfer to refuel in orbit in preparation for these long trips. With milestones like ship catch and in-orbit prop transfer coming up, 2025 promises to be huge for Starship and our journey to Mars, with our first trip currently planned for the end of 2026. Between the reusability, low cost, and heavy lift capabilities, this all comes together to help us deliver up to 100 people at a time to destinations both near and far, and to deliver payloads farther and at a lower cost than any other vehicle. We'll be able to launch more massive payloads than anything else flying or in development today, capable of sending things like giant space telescopes or the next generations of space stations into orbit on a single launch. So while today's flight is just a test, the future is much closer than we realize. But one flight test at a time. So let's head back to Dan and Kate for a closer look at Starship.
Thanks, Jesse. Starship features two major parts: the ship, which has 6 Raptor engines, and the Super Heavy booster, which has 33 Raptor engines. The Raptor engine is a reusable methane-oxygen staged combustion engine that powers the Starship system and has twice the thrust of the Falcon 9 Merlin engine. Now, just like we saw flights 1 through 6, the current iteration of Starship is an experimental vehicle flying for development. As we mentioned earlier, today's flight is debuting a ton of upgrades that we've had in the works in order to increase Starship's reliability and performance. Several of these upgrades will also unlock our ability to fly longer missions, something that we'll want to do as we start doing orbital flights around Earth.
And then to get an even better sense of just how big Starship is, we can start here. Let's take a person about 2 meters tall. Towering over that, you got your Millennium Falcon clocking in at 35. Just above that, we've got a Falcon 9 rocket, payload fairing attached. Double that height, you're up at 70 meters. And then topping it all off, nearly twice the size, it's a fully stacked Starship up to 123, got 2 meters taller. Altogether, the ship, 52 meters, super heavy boosters, 71. And what's super fun is we're going to make ship and booster even taller in the future.
Which is crazy, because turning around and looking at it and thinking that it's going to be bigger, that's mind-blowing.
Make the ship as tall as the booster.
Now, moving up the rocket, the ship features 6 Raptor engines. 3 optimized for sea level performance and 3 optimized for vacuum performance. Raptor Vacuum, or RVAC, is a similar design to the Raptor engine, but features a larger exhaust section and a larger expansion nozzle to maximize the engine's efficiency in space. Our upgraded ship that we're debuting today carries about 300 more tons of propellant than the last flight's ship, bumping it up from 1,200 metric tons to about 1,500 metric tons. It's a lot. The ship is designed for vertical takeoff and landing on any hard surface. Now, the ship is also outfitted with newly redesigned forward flaps that are used to aerodynamically control the vehicle's attitude during atmospheric flight and enable a precision landing. The new flaps are lighter and positioned more leeward or away from the heat shield.
Now, to reach full reusability, the ship has to be able to survive re-entry not just one time, but multiple times. The ship's heat shield is essentially what does the job for that. We've been iterating on that every single flight, building towards that heat shield that requires no refurbishment between flights. Now, the heat shield is composed of thousands of hexagonal ceramic tiles. They're designed to insulate the vehicle during that atmospheric entry where temperatures ramp up to as high as about 2,600 degrees Fahrenheit. A rapidly reusable heat shield has never been flown in history, so continuously improving this, flying new experiments, those are all key focuses of all of our flight tests right now.
And in between the first and second stages is our hot stage, which we saw in actions on flights 2 through 6. The hot staging maneuver is when the upper stage engines are ignited before the booster engines, before those booster engines are completely cut off. With hot staging, the rocket never stops accelerating during separation, so it's more efficient than traditional stage separation. One of the hallmarks of Starship flights are the incredible views that we get throughout flight, of course, courtesy of Starlink. Every day, we're working to expand the Starlink network both on Earth and in space. Here's Jesse with more.
Fans of Starship may know that Starlink enables us to bring you lots of unprecedented views, both from space and here on Earth. In addition to the dozens of cameras on Starship itself, we also have mobile Starlink camera kits deployed in the Indian Ocean, connected to our aerial assets and all around Starbase, which all come together to help tell the incredible story of Starship, both on and off planet. Thanks to Starlink, Starship is capable of streaming more than 120 megabits of real-time, high-definition video and telemetry in every phase of flight, providing invaluable engineering data to help engineers rapidly iterate across all systems. And all of that streaming data will be put to good use with the more than 30 cameras on the vehicle for today's flight test. Starlink is the world's largest satellite constellation, operating in low Earth orbit to deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband internet, providing access to people around the world, many who have never had connectivity before. Starlink now serves more than 119 countries, territories, and other markets. And here at SpaceX, we've been developing Starlink's communication capabilities not just for humans on Earth, but for astronauts in space. Our recent Polaris Dawn mission, we deployed a high-speed internet connection in Dragon for the very first time. Here's a quick look at how that went.
Starlink is an amazing confluence of programs at SpaceX. So we have a whole corner of the company that owns and operates a multiple thousand satellite constellation to provide internet to people on Earth. So Dragon was modified for Polaris Dawn to have a laser and a Star Trekker inside of the trunk. And then it will obtain internet, both uplink and downlink, through that laser link. And it's connected to a Wi-Fi router, just like you would have in your house.
Getting online with Starlink was super easy.
It was just like getting online at home, and even easier perhaps. It just connected automatically and then worked seamlessly.
And then it was just internet in space.
The Starlink performance on orbit blew us away. It enabled us to talk directly with Mission Control team, and it also enabled us two-way video connection with our families back at home. So it just was an incredible resource.
One of my favorite memories is, all four of us in different parts of the spacecraft on phones with our earpieces talking to our families. Get to show them the perspective that we have of Earth. It was very cool to bring them into the mission that way.
I was able to show my kids and my husband, what it looked like to be floating in space. I got to show them out the window. Well, my husband even exclaimed that at one point we hung up the call and he called back and I answered and he was like, I called space.
Starlink on Dragon is something that we want to include because we have this company within SpaceX that has space-based internet. So what not a better way to test space-based internet in space?
From connecting astronauts in space to providing high-speed internet to more than 4.6 million active customers here on Earth, the Starlink team is laser-focused on expanding coverage, increasing speeds, and lowering latency so that we can connect as many as possible around the world and beyond. Last year, we activated Starlink in 27 new markets and are now covering a global area home to 2.8 billion people, including those who live in some of the most remote places on Earth. To meet the growing global demand for high-speed internet, SpaceX opened a new 700,000 square foot factory in Bastrop, Texas, and introduced Starlink Mini as well as an upgraded version of the Starlink Standard Kit. The SpaceX team also achieved an unprecedented launch cadence, conducting 134 Falcon launches, with 89 dedicated to expanding the Starlink constellation. With each launch, Starlink adds more capacity to the constellation and continues to expand its coverage, connecting even more people in underserved and hardest to reach areas of the globe. Now, while our mission to connect the unconnected is far from complete, you can check out some of the Starlink team's highlights from 2024 and learn more about how our customers are furthering Starlink's impact around the world at starlink.com/stories. And a little bit closer to home, we do have a few updates for those impacted by the fires here in Southern California. So far, the Starlink team has provided about 1,350 free kits to fire departments and other disaster response organizations from down in Orange County all the way up to Malibu. That is in addition to applying free Starlink service for thousands of customers impacted by the fires all across the Los Angeles area. And just as critically, since enabling our direct-to-cell satellites with T-Mobile, more than 120,000 text messages have been sent, allowing those in impacted areas to reach loved ones, text 911, or receive emergency alerts. I've never been prouder to be an employee at SpaceX for moments like that where we can help the people and community around us. Make sure to follow at Starlink on X for updates as we continue to work with local response teams, and check out starlink.com/LA wildfires for more information on these efforts. But back to today's flight test, one of our objectives is to return the booster to the launch site where it will be caught by the tower as we did on Flight Test 5. So let's head back to Dan and Kate for a catch primer.
Thanks, Jesse. We are now T-minus 8 minutes and 40 seconds until liftoff. Flight controllers on console there in the building just behind Dan and I. You can actually see the rocket in the distance at the pad 6 miles away. Our excitement is growing. I already am not sure if I'm going to be able to remain coherent after witnessing this, so looking forward to it.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Just a quick status check. The ship fully loaded in its main tanks on LOX and fuel. We're going to load the header tanks, and booster is going to be closing out real soon as well. Let's talk about that second catch attempt, though. So we're going to use the tower's 2 gigantic robotic arms, call them the chopsticks, same thing we used to stack Starship onto Super Heavy for all the integration ahead of a flight, and that's what we used to catch by moving stuff like landing legs from the booster to the ground side. It's a lighter booster, means you can carry more into space.
Now, in a nominal operational scenario following liftoff and after the two stages separate in flight, Super Heavy will return to the launch site, reignite its engines to slow the vehicle down, and the tower's arms will catch the rocket booster.
And just to get to this point, just like before, thousands of distinct vehicle pad criteria have to be met prior to that return and catch. We need healthy systems on the booster, healthy systems on the tower, and a manual command from our mission flight director for the day. If we don't send that command before the boost back burn ends, or if any of those automated checks kick us out, that's what happened on Flight 6, the Super Heavy booster will divert to an offshore trajectory, and it'll go out into a landing burn and a soft splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico.
Now, we have said it before, but it remains true today. We accept no compromises when it comes to ensuring the safety of the public and our team, and that return will only take place if the conditions are right.
And one of the unique aspects of Starship flights is the return and the catch of that Super Heavy booster and the audible sonic boom that it comes with it in the area around the return location. General impact to anyone in the area is just a brief thunder-like noise, but it definitely lets you know it's coming.
Oh, yeah. It's something our neighbors in Cape Canaveral, Florida, and Vandenberg, California have become accustomed to over the years, and now we're bringing the boom to Boca. So here's a peek of what to expect.
As I mentioned earlier, we have Starship, Raptor, and Starlink employees here fully invested in this flight test. And of course, many other SpaceX employees also here across our sites supporting their teammates. Every flight test has been pretty unique, and we're all very excited for another round of firsts, but I'm pretty sure the crowd is looking forward to potentially watching those chopsticks catch another booster. So let's see how excited they are today. Just under 5 minutes to go. We are all very excited here. We're going to send it back to you at Starbase for the final minutes of the countdown. Kate and Dan.
All right, thank you, Jesse. So if you just tuned in under 5 minutes ago, you picked the right time to do it. Just a quick status check. So we're almost fully loaded on the booster. We'll be fully loaded on the ship, fully loaded on the booster coming up soon. Our range team just reported that we're looking go in the range. That's super important.
Great
Our security guys.
A big milestone in the space race, so to speak. And of course, toward the future of space travel and Elon Musk's ambitions in that field as well. Want to show you another live look as we bring in Dr. Emily Rice, who's joining us here on set, a professor of astrophysics at the Macaulay Honors College at the City University of New York. Leroy Chow is joining us as well, former NASA astronaut and International Space Station commander. Tom Costello is with us here, our chief aviation correspondent, and Marissa Parra as well, our NBC News correspondent. Thank you all for being here. Let's just lean in. Let's settle in. Let's get ready to watch this thing. What are we watching for, Tom?
Well, this is a very big and important test for SpaceX. Here's why. As you mentioned, this is the biggest rocket ever built. The people in that area say it's like a massive earthquake whenever it lifts off. The point here is to test this technology because they eventually want to use this rocket to go into orbit. They want to use various versions of this rocket to refuel in orbit. And they want to take this rocket, this technology, to the moon one day, maybe even Mars, variations of this rocket. Let me just tell you a couple of factoids here. This is 400 feet tall, taking off, as you know, from Boca Chica, Texas. It is in 2 stages. There you go, the Super Heavy booster on the bottom, and then you got the Starship spacecraft itself. The heavy booster is burning liquid methane and liquid oxygen, and it is a monster of a rocket, as we've said. The plan here is to lift off and hopefully deploy 10 dummy Starlink satellites. There is the map and there's the timeline. So about a minute into liftoff, they're going to go into what's called max Q. That's the moment of peak mechanical stress on the rocket itself. And then at 2 minutes and 32 seconds, you will have the Super Heavy, that booster rocket cut off. The power will cut off. And then at 3 minutes and 31 seconds, they'll jettison the booster rocket. And then it gets very cool because the burn starts, right, for when they come back down on the booster rocket. And this is what SpaceX has trademarked and put a patent on. The idea that you can reuse the booster rocket landing back on Earth with the chopstick capture, which is an amazing piece of technology. Nobody else does that. And then we go back into space because we still have Starship that's up there. At 17 minutes and 33 seconds, they're going to deploy those dummy Starlink satellites. They want to see, can they do this? Can they deploy the satellites off of Starship? And then they will start bringing Starship back into the Earth's atmosphere. It will finally come in at about a minute, make that an hour and 6 minutes in. But it's not going to land. It will literally fall into the Indian Ocean. So this is proving the technology that is rewriting the entire game here. This technology, SpaceX and NASA wants to use to eventually carry humans to the moon and beyond.
The Starlink component is really interesting here, too, Dr. Rice, because this is not something that SpaceX has done before. They're trying this for the first time.
Yeah, this is we know that there's Starlink satellites up there now. This is the next generation of Starlink satellites. And this is the first time that the payload is being put into orbit by the Starship from SpaceX. These ones, like I said, are not going into orbit. Like Tom said, these are kind of prototype satellites, but it's the first time that the payload is coming from the Starship.
We are under 1 minute now to the launch of this ship. Leroy Chad, let me bring you in briefly here in about 10 seconds or less. The biggest thing you're watching for. Go.
Well, watching for a successful launch, of course, successful separation, capture of the booster and Starship, deploy of those dummy Starlink satellites, and a successful reentry, testing the revamped heat shield of the vehicle.
Leroy, I'm going to come back to you as soon as this thing launches, but let's listen in now. Under 30 seconds for the launch of the Starship here. Let's listen.
And they just said they are go for launch. Can I just tell you? 33
and 20 seconds.
2 minutes, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Vehicle's pitching downrange.
We're more than 30 seconds into flight. Telemetry showing 33 out of 33 engines as it's pitching downrange.
Booster ship, avionics power, and telemetry nominal.
Dr. Rice, one of those engines was actually being reused. It was recovered from the Super Heavy booster that was flown during Starship's 5th test flight back in October.
This might be one of the first times. I can't remember if this is the first time that one of those engines is being reused, but this is a huge advancement for spaceflight, being able to reuse these boosters. Yeah, it cuts the cost by something like a factor of 10. And so it makes these launches, we're talking about the biggest, heaviest, tallest rocket, but being able to cut costs by that much can make this much more of an everyday occurrence, which is really exciting.
Max Q right now, the maximum stress on this rocket as it moves, and it is now supersonic, as you heard.
On the way uphill. Reminder that all of our teams down here on the ground are now looking at systems on the tower. They just did a manual check through. That's going to inform that manual flight director's decision.
Yeah, we're going to be watching the next important
coming
point.
Up, though, is going to be hot staging.
Yeah, I was just going to say 2 minutes and 32 seconds.
One heck of a light show.
We'll have cutoff from the super booster.
Ascent.
One heck of a light show, Leroy. That is for sure. That's an understatement, huh?
That's going to happen.
Oh,
while we're
absolutely. It
still
looked
attached.
flawless. Haven't heard of any problems. Trajectory looked good. All 33 engines of the first stage burning. So next big event is hot staging, which should occur in about just a couple of minutes, or maybe a minute and a half.
And explain the hot staging, why that's so critical.
Well, the bottom line
so
is
what
it
happens is they
Go ahead, I'm
actually
sorry.
light the second stage engines before the first stage engines completely shut down, and that allows the vehicle, the ship, to get away from the booster, because the booster is still burning, but once it separates, suddenly it's got a lot less mass and it could accelerate and hit the ship. But the ship's going to have its own engines going, so it'll be accelerating away, so we should have no contact between the two parts.
There you go. And you've just now seen the booster separate out, and a perfect jettison of the booster. And now it will begin its descent back down to Earth. And again, that trademarked SpaceX move to land that booster back on ground to reuse it again. But more importantly, that incredible job of grabbing it by the so-called chopsticks back at Boca Chica, Texas. So that will be a critical point again.
Marissa Parr, let me bring you into the conversation here, because SpaceX has done that once successfully. Loyal viewers of this show will know that the last time SpaceX tried this kind of thing, they were not able to do that. Explain how this particular launch compares, because SpaceX, as Dr. Rice has pointed out, as Tom has pointed out, is really continuing to try to push the boundaries here of what space travel can be and how you can do it in a way that is, in some ways, more efficient.
Right. And as Tom kind of outlined a little bit, we talked about the ways that this is going to be a little different, those 10 dummy mock satellites, if you will, with Starlink. And I will point out, by the way, there is a working Starlink that will provide us some of the most compelling images that we have seen, that we saw in these previous test flights. And we're going to catch a glimpse of that in that live stream that you're seeing right there on your screen. But in addition to that, we're hoping to see a repeat of that successful heavy booster catch with those chopstick arms. And all of this factors into the reusability, right? These are not just, when we talk about the New Glenn rocket, we're talking about Blue Origin, New Glenn, and Starship with SpaceX. Yeah. These are the largest, most powerful rockets ever built. And the reusability factor is key here as well, because when we talk about these larger missions, not just to the moon, but eventually one day bringing humans to Mars, that needs to be efficient, not just when it comes to the engineering, but of course fiscally as well, Hallie. And it's not lost on any of us, the timeliness of all of this. It was just this morning, just after 2 a.m, we saw another massive first in the space world. Right. Blue Origin successfully launching New Glenn into orbit for the very first time. Now finally in the race, we're talking about a competitor to SpaceX, but something that was welcomed by the competitor. We saw Elon Musk, Jared Isaacman throwing in their congratulations. Jared Isaacman, of course, the presumed incoming NASA chief. So a lot to watch out for, but today a lot of timeliness, because not just the first orbital launch for New Glenn, but then we saw the SpaceX, we saw the International Space Station spacewalk, Sunny Williams, who was the test pilot for Boeing's Starliner. So a lot coinciding with each other on a day that we probably couldn't have even fathomed 10 or 15 years ago, Hallie.
Dr. Rice, it is a new frontier here in space exploration when you have these big private corporations led by people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, trying to push the envelope.
Yeah. It's always been there. Like, NASA has always relied on industry. There's always been contractors. I think what's new now is that the public knows about them as well. There's a much more of a kind of a fan base, for lack of a better term, for NASA, for SpaceX, for Boeing, than there ever has been in the past. It's really a new generation of space exploration, and I'm definitely of the mind that the rising tide raises all boats. Like, everybody's going to benefit. This is, there's something that, of course, we have fiscal considerations, commercial considerations, but it's all humans that are doing this. Humanity together is going to get back to the moon and maybe even to Mars with these rockets.
We are.
Take a look here. It's coming down right now. Look at that super heavy booster right now coming back down to Earth. I'm sorry, the engineering prowess on this is just astonishing, and it's right now coming into the chopsticks. Is that amazing or what?
Booster now hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch.
Booster coming in. Get ready for that boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engines.
Booster ready for trip. Make it go ahead.
Wow.
They did it.
Yeah, listen, this is why SpaceX has completely rewritten the rules and rewritten the book about going to space. Nobody in the world is coming up with this kind of engineering expertise. This is only their 7th. I was just going to say, let the sound run, guys, because I want to hear what they're saying.
Catch by the launch tower. This is the same tower, the launch pad, where that booster took off from just 7.5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Listen, this is only their 7th test flight. Talk about perfecting the engineering involved in this. They want to run 25 of these flights this year in 2025. 25 of them. By the way, that is not entirely popular in that neighborhood in Texas because of the environmental damage.
And the crowds that come through.
Yes, but they've done environmental damage. They're affecting the wildlife there. They just 2 nights ago they had a big public gathering with people complaining to the FAA about all of this. That said, under the Trump administration, highly unlikely that the FAA or NASA will curtail them. And honestly, now the question I will tell you is whether NASA is essentially just going to completely give all control over going to the moon over to SpaceX. They are so advanced at this point, and all of their technology is what NASA is depending on.
Leroy Chow, SpaceX just made it look easy there. It is not. It is far from it.
Absolutely. This is incredible. Now they've done it 2 out of 3 times. The only reason they didn't do it last time is because they had a problem on the ground. It wasn't a problem with the booster. What they have done is they have proved that they can soft return this booster, and they know how to refurbish them because they do the Falcon 9s on a routine basis. That means they can reuse this booster, and that's going to dramatically bring down the cost of launch. Starship is also reusable, fully reusable. It hasn't landed intact yet, but it's demonstrated that it can. It's hovered over the Indian Ocean more than once. It's going to do it again today, hopefully, and it'll do it in daylight this time so we can get more telemetry and more data. But this is an exciting program.
Leroy Chow, Dr. Emily Rice, Tom Costello, Marissa Parr, thank you so much for being here as we've had this live coverage of yet another historic launch for SpaceX. You watched it right here on NBC News Now. We will have more coverage coming up next hour as the rocket, of course, continues to do its thing. But coming up here on the show, a different kind of flight, one of the TikTok refugees, so to speak. The welcome party for U.S. users happening right now on a different Chinese social media app. That's next.
Updates.
Now, if you just recently joined us, you might want to hit rewind and go back about 9-10 minutes ago to when Starship lifted off from the launch tower that you see there. We had a gorgeous ascent followed by a stage separation where the ship separated from the super heavy booster. The booster performed a flip maneuver and returned back to the Gulf Coast here. There you can see it on your screen. Obviously a successful catch back at the launch tower, which is something that we were all hoping to see and really couldn't ask for a more beautiful background with those blue skies and blue water there. As Dan said, we are standing by for an update on the ship that had ignited its engines and started making its way up to space. So standing by for more info on that. But wow, what an experience to see that take off and for that booster to come back. You can see it there up close on your screen to the place that it launched from. Once again, there were thousands of catch commit criteria, which is basically just all the things that we have to assess and evaluate and basically make sure that they are make sure that everything is clear and acceptable conditions, both on the vehicle side as well as the tower side, in order to enable that catch. So obviously from the last 2 flights that we have done, where the Flight 6 we attempted but had to divert into the ocean, and then on Flight 5 we did have the first ever successful catch of the booster. We used the learnings of those 2 flights to hone in that catch commit criteria, and we saw success today, which is pretty awesome.
And just a quick status check. So we currently do not have comms with the ship. So trying to figure out exactly when that happened and exactly what happened. So obviously the flight controllers right now going through their data, looking to make sure it's not anything instrumentation on the ship, but actually try and get us a status. So again, we're gonna keep listening in on this. We'll give you an update as soon as we have a little bit more. So for now, stage 1 back in the tower, waiting to find out a little bit more about stage 2. So if you are just tuning in, we caught a booster, but we are still waiting to find out a little bit more on the ship. So it had successfully separated. We did that hot staging maneuver. We did see all 6 of ship's engines on the way uphill during its ascent. But as we were getting to the end of that ascent burn, we saw engines dropping out on telemetry, and we have since lost contact with the ship. So again, we're still listening in on the loops, trying to figure out how much we can get right now. But again, stick with us. We'll bring you updates as soon as we hear them. Really exciting. We were able to catch the booster today. Obviously, we want to get the ship all the way over to the Indian Ocean. May not be able to do that at this point, but we'll give you some updates as soon as we hear a little bit more about the ship.
For those that didn't catch earlier, this was a new version of the ship. This was its debut flight. So a lot of learnings here for sure as we continue to tune in and listen in with the teams and try to gather more information to understand where we stand with the ship. But as Dan mentioned before, teams are trying to make sure that it's not an instrumentation error. We want to find out if it's, did we just lose communication or did something else happen with the ship? So teams are actively working, trying to figure out what we can find out, and we're continuing to listen in and find out more information to share as we can. But as we said before, and you can see it there on your screen, what a beautiful, beautiful sight to see another booster back at the launch tower. That was successfully caught just minutes ago after sending the ship off into space, and having seen it for the first time with my own eyeballs in person, it was pretty awesome. And yeah, the thunder-like sonic boom was really fun to experience.
Yeah. So we are getting a little bit more. So we did lose all communications with the ship. So I mean, that is essentially telling us that we had an anomaly with that upper stage. So we were just coming up to the end of that ascent burn for the ship when we stopped when we started to lose a couple of the engines. We saw those dropping out, and then we did lose telemetry from the ship. So that means we didn't have contact with it. So at this point, we are assuming that the ship has been lost. So this was a brand new vehicle, essentially. This was kind of an upgrade version. So with that, there's a lot of things you're upgrading, but there's a lot of things you're going to learn as all of those systems are now interacting with each other for the first time. But at this point, we did lose the upper stage of the ship. So again, we're gonna listen in and try and figure out a little bit more about what happened. And obviously, we'll do kind of a full breakdown once we get smarter ourselves in the coming hours and days as well.
For sure. Now, for those that have recently tuned in, we're now a little over T plus 16 and a half minutes after liftoff. We do believe that we have lost the ship during its ascent phase. It's successfully separated from the Super Heavy booster, but during that ascent phase, a couple of the engines dropped out, and then shortly thereafter, we lost communication with the vehicle. So we are assuming that we have lost the ship, but we are standing by to confirm that. And once we can, we will. But this was a new version of the ship, of Starship, and it was intentionally designed and flown in order to basically test the envelope, as we have done with every one of these test flights, the keyword there being test, and really trying to understand the boundaries and the maximums for the ability of this vehicle to fly and understand where those boundaries are. So we always knew that excitement is guaranteed today, success not guaranteed. And so, yeah, we are standing by to see if we can learn more about the status of the ship.